Happy New Year! I'm only, what, 2 weeks late? We've been away for about a month. So I think right before my last upload, I'm pretty sure it was right before Omaha Regional. We'll get into talking about Omaha Regional and what happened since I've been gone. But first, let's get into the Market Watch. If you guys want to hear the personal life stuff, we'll leave a timestamp in the description toward the end of the video. So, starting off, we have a lot of interesting cards to look at for not only the Supreme Darkness sneak peeks this weekend, but looking forward to the next few products. So we have Geysirus. People panic bought this. They're like, hey, Glads are coming out. It's all pretty low rarity. I think Test Bear is the only Ultra QCR. So they're like, hey, let me go out and buy the rest of the Gladby stuff because I want to play it. So Geysirus doubled. It was sitting about 5. Well, nearly tripled. Jesus. Almost $15 for these. If you missed out at, the $5 mark, just go ahead and pick up the LODT reprint supers. It's fine. Or even the Platinums. Platinums still are alright. Test Tiger. Test Tiger didn't see as much of a bump. I assume... Is this even played in the Modern deck? I don't know if it is. Let me know in the comments. I haven't done much research on this deck. But these are still sitting about 7s. I remember when these were like $3, $4. They were a pretty good pickup then. I have my set now. Glad Proving Ground. So this is the high rarity currently for this card. It's basically a Rhoda specifically for Glad Beasts. Unlims, you're going to be paying about $5 for LPs, 6s for near mints, and once we get into first eds, you're paying $9 a piece. Yeah, not too awful, I guess, but this card does have a lot of prints. A rare, a common, but this is the only foil, so if you do want the foil, you're going to have to pay a little bit more. Tamer Editor. So this is what you use to cheat out all of your big Glad Beast fusions. These are pretty comfortably around $4 to $5 a piece. These were as low as probably $1. Yeah, less than $1 pre-support announcement. And then on support announcement, they shot up to around 6s. It's not too awful at 4s, but just see if you can find somebody that has it in their trade binder. Lordly Load. Everybody has been talking about this. People are really hyped for the Blue Eyes support, and this is going to be the optimal way to play the deck. You're going to want to run 3 of this, 3 of the new Ether Barrel, Ultra QCR out of Supreme Darkness. These were as low as like $2 before, man, for these Lordly Loads. And now, minimum, you're going to be paying $55, $56, up to 60s. Just insane. I do want to look at the QCR. I don't have that pulled up. Yeah, QCR is like 180 to 200 now. Holy shit. Shout out Austin. Austin sold his for, what, $25 at locals a couple months ago when he pulled it from prize support. Holy shit. Rest in peace. Oh, here we go. More Primate stuff. So Ether Barrel pre-sales, I think Gamer's Choice had it around 30-ish a piece. This is a 3 of, so you will need 3 of the Ether Barrel. QCR pre-sale 200, Jesus. Drill Beam, very good card. The Ultras are only sitting about 5s. That's not too surprising. Imperial Dragon, I don't even think you play this. Roar finally hit over $1. That's crazy. When did that happen? Sorry, I've been away from the markets for pretty much a month. I've been on Whatnot here and there. But yeah, holy hell. He's finally hit over $1. Check your bulk from Rage of the Abyss if you were hunting for the Mulch Army Fuwalos. Speaking of Mulch Armies, Perulia. So Perulia kind of crashed. They're sitting about $40 a copy right now. People are very scared with Fuwalos getting the announced reprint, they're like, Perulia came out first. Does that mean they're reprinting Perulia too? Honestly, wouldn't be surprised. So just do keep that in the back of your mind. We're still like 3 months away from Rarity 4, Stampede. So I don't know why people are panicking, but they did the same thing with SP when it got confirmed for Bonanza, Promethean Princess, Diabella Star. Like, it's just something we see happen over and over and over again. People get scared on reprint announcement, they sell, and then they realize, oh shit, I need these cards to play for the next 5 months. So yeah, don't do that. It's not worth it. Aggregator. So these supers out of Darkwing Blast, these are sitting $5-6. They have gone down a little bit. But again, this is another card that you want to check your bulk for. With Nadir Servant seeing more play, with Ultimate Slayer, and just Ryziel as a engine or a deck itself, Aggregator is just very good. You just target something, negate. And it works off detach, which is just psychotic. Varudris. So what was this for? Rank 10s. The Ryugi. I can't remember if any other rank 10 stuff got announced. About $20. I think these were, yeah, they were like $6-7 at their low point. Ryugi, I feel, has potential. Really, the only cost for the engine is the Ultra. The rest of it's like dirt cheap. And I guess Varudris too. So it is something to look for the upcoming support waves. For that, Ryziel and Malice. We saw the same thing happen with Rescue Ace and Amazing Defenders. Is Rescue Ace was pretty dog on release, and then they gave it like 2 cards, and the whole archetype just shot up. Before you could get a core for Rescue Ace for like $15. I remember getting my Hydrants at 4s, Turbulences at 1s, and the rest was like pennies. So, but yeah, then Hydrant shot up to $40 a piece. So don't sleep on Ryugi. Packbit. These are going up mainly for Malice. Ascend off of Terahertz. Sitting like $9-10 a copy. That's not too bad. These used to be like $2 though. Used to be $1. Crazy. This card's really good. What is it, an 8? Yeah, I had thought about playing this in Plunder for a little while. I think I had played this in Plunder for a little while. It was alright. I wanted to touch on these Bonanza QCR exclusive artworks, because most of them, aside from like cherries, are all going up. I don't know how somebody has a heavy play one already, Jesus. But the, what is this, House? House is sitting $30 for the alt art. And we still don't even know when the Dragon Maid support is actually going to come over to the TCG, which is insane. This will probably spike more on that. So this may settle down a little bit and then spike when the support gets announced to be coming over. Yeah, this is just crazy. These used to be like $12. Oh, I must be thinking Whatnot. I saw them sell for 12 on Whatnot. Crazy. Shizuku alt art. This thing has mooned very heavy. So these were, I got mine for 15, I think. And at the lowest here on the graph, it's showing about 20, but you're paying $30 minimum for all of these. And we still have like Camellia to come out. There's the new alt arts that Sky Striker's getting. When did those get announced? Sorry, I had COVID, so the brain fog is like insane. Hospitality, these were like around 10s. Not too much of a bump, they're like 15, up to 20. I guess that is damn near double. I don't know anything about Dragon Maid other than it's a fan favorite archetype, so I don't know how many of this you play in the deck, but I remember playing Dragon Maid Dragon Rulers on Master Duel. It was like a loner deck. I remember playing that for a little bit. Ghost Reaper. These are sitting like $6-7 a piece, which not too expensive. Not too shocking though. Ghost Reaper, when the ulti is around that same price, $6-7. And then I don't think I have it pulled up. So let's look up Spooky Dogwood Quarter Century. 21 listings. These are about 15 lowest verified. Damn, they shot way up. What the hell? They're like doubled. That's kind of interesting. I have my Lost Art playset. Ghost Sister. What are Larts sitting at? 5s. Yeah, it's not too bad. That's a pretty decent price for this. But honestly, it has a rare. It has all these other easy access versions, including the alt art. So yeah, just don't spend a lot of money on this if you're going to be playing it. Yeah, I did not expect this. The announcement of that 25th anniversary archetype caused this to shoot way up, because all of those monsters are 2500 for stat line. So you can hard make this. Will it be optimal? Probably not. It's probably going to be something like Magia and Blue Eyes. Not necessary. But these are like 180 to 250. These were $50. And you know what the crazy part is? It's not just this card. Dragon and Pride and Soul? Yeah, this shit's like doubled. These were 50s. 45.50. And now lowest verified near mint, 90 almost. Probably 95 after tax. Just insane. Hey, shout out Down South. He's a homie. That's crazy, dude. And we still have all the Magicians, Bonds, and Unity, too, that are really low on listings. These are still pretty comfortable around where they've been for months and months. These three are always around, like, 50-ish. And then the Duelist Nexus green one, since it was the first one, is a little more expensive at the $75 mark. That's what we've seen pretty consistently throughout the lifespan of these cards. Soul Drain, popular side Floodgate for the current format against Malice, Ryzeal. Prevents Aggregator from being activated if they send it. Prevents Malice from activating on Banish. All of these copies of this card are gone. Lost Arts, people are listing them, trying to make a little bit of money back. About $15 a copy on these. I think I got my set at $5 a piece or $4 a piece. I remember just getting this for the Lost Art collection, but I'm actually going to start playing these because I love continuous trap floodgates, hence my love for Runic Stun. Astral Pack Supers, these are 13 up to 15s. And original print rares from Return of the Duelist. Light Play Unlims are going to run you $10, $11. First Ed's $11, $12. That's insane, dude, that the rares are that expensive. Just get the Lost Arts at that point. Nadir. Mitsurugi is coming out here in, what, a week? And people are very excited for this deck. It is seeing quite a bit of testing online. There's a Mitsurugi Ryzeal as a deck. Otherwise, I assume you could play a pure variant. But people have been waiting for good reptile support for ages and ages. And Nadir being able to play into that is really interesting. Quarter centuries are very low listings, $30+ a pop. Platinums are even 9 listings. PCRs about 4s. PURs about 3s. But then you do have all the easy access versions available. Tying into Nadir, Maximus. Maximus can send extra deck cards, and this card is just really solid this format, with a lot of people doing Ultimate Slayer, and like Terahertz Sens and that kind of thing. Maximus, if you know your opponent doesn't have good optimal Sens like Entis, Packbit, Garura, just all the stuff that gives you effects on Send, Herald, this card just gains significantly more value. Ultras are sitting $5 a piece, while the OG Secrets are approaching 30s. Like, crazy. I feel like this card would be a candidate for Stampede, just because of its relevance. This card it's not a stranger to, like, current format, or, like, actual meta play. We've seen this card pop up time and time again, so I feel like this is one that could be in Stampede. Crystons! Yeah, pretty sure most of this core is low rarity too. Yeah, super common. Yeah, so if you want to play Crystons, hopefully you had the old stuff already. The big synchro, $25+ Hulk. Rest in peace, Hulk. Citries are $17 to $20. Phoenixes, few bucks. Everything else is pretty accessible, but God, if you needed this big synchro, hopefully you got him when he was super cheap. Let's go near mint. Yeah, they were $2, and then Crystron support got announced. It bumped up to 4, and then people are like, hey, the core is low rarity! Let's go buy this shit out! So now you're going to be paying $35 a copy on these. Actually so psychotic. Orchist. So, if the TCG ban list takes a similar approach as the OCG, and we get rid of Dweller, Orchist gets significantly better. Yes, we still have Shifter, and OCG has Shifter at 2, but one extra Shifter isn't too much of an issue. Right now, Ryziel is just so good, and them able to end on Dweller, Detonator, Pass, and then have 3 hand traps is just disgusting. With Dweller dying in the OCG, that just frees up Orchist to dominate with their new support. Now, we do not know when the new support is coming to TCG. We don't know where it will be imported, which side set it's going to come in, so do keep that in mind. It could be a while. However, we are seeing a ton of movements on all of the Orchist stuff. Harps, 200+. Bought out, 3 listings. Ulti Galateas, 60+. Quarter Century Gearsuits. Double up. $25 to $30. Triple up. Ding ultis. $40. One listing here at $32. If you guys are watching and interested, pick that up. Galatea Quarter Centuries. About $20. Dingirsu Quarter Centuries. Again, about $20. And these were really cheap for a while. $5. Jesus. Galateas were around $5 too. Orcus Nightmares, OTS Supers, market saying about 9. You can get LPs for 7s. Yeah, 7.5 for near mints. So that's not too bad. Those seem to be coming down a little bit. Symbol Skeleton Supers are $7, $8, $10. Crazy. Orchestrated Return, you do have a couple copies here. Secret and Ultra, Secret's going to run you a few bucks more. Ultra is going to be slightly cheaper. You will save a little bit of money in the long run, but not a ton. Platinum Galateas, this is one that I saw on Whatnot the other night. These are $9 for Platinum Galateas. Yeah, people are hyped, I guess. And then we have most of the lower end stuff, like Crescendo Supers, something to watch out for. Same with Orchestrated Babel. However, I feel like these are going to get higher rarities, like an Ultra or Secret, in whatever set they decide to print this stuff in. Kind of the same thing with Longirsu too, so just keep that in mind when you are making purchases. And then, give me 1 second. Got this residual post-COVID cough. Quarter Century Spirit Dragons for Blue Eyes. If you guys didn't get these at $6, you missed out. If you didn't get them at $20, you missed out. Hell, if you didn't get them at $40, you missed out. These are $75 a piece. On up to $80 very quickly. I never thought this day would come. Rarity Collection 2 has a money Quarter Century. Does that actually make up for the box now? Oh my god. Yeah, you buy a box of Rarity 2, you pull Spirit Quarter Century, you plus. However, this is still 3/4 centuries a box, and 81 potential. So your odds are not good, so please do not gamble on the sealed. But if you can find packs for like $3 a piece, that probably wouldn't be the worst thing. Even the platinums for Spirit Dragon are up, $10 a piece, up to 15s. And guess what? It's the same with the PCRs. PCRs, 6, 7 to 10. Guess what? Same with the PURs. 14 listings, $8.50 to $10. People are very, very, very excited for Blue Eyes support. Tour guide. If you guys saw Zodiac Duelist this morning, you guys may know where I'm going with this. Ulti tour guides. Now this isn't too big of a change. What we want to do is we want to click here. Right here. There were over 20 copies of this that sold for $1, and these have not been refunded yet. And we are at midday Eastern time. It's noon Eastern right now, 11 Central. And these haven't been refunded, and they were purchased yesterday. What the hell happened here? This was core TCG that had these listed. There's 25 Astral Pack tour guides that sold for $1. Now there are talks that core TCG has blocked the buyers. However, according to this, they haven't been refunded. They haven't been canceled. So did somebody walk away with 10 Astral Pack tour guides for $1 a piece? I will look forward to seeing that post on the Zodiac server. This is something that I want you guys to kind of keep an eye out for. So, Maze of the Master. We already know we're getting Odeon support. Odeon is known for the continuous traps. Keep an eye on Silhouette Rabbit, Silhouette Trick, Azrune, all the other continuous traps. Also, Apophis. I saw this quarter century be this low. $70? This was like $150. Like up here, it was selling at $150s. Which is just insane that it's half price. So keep this in mind. Even the secrets haven't bumped down a ton. They were like around 20-ish. Yeah, around 20, 25. But you can get these easily here. Lowest verified about $15. That's not awful. This card is so good still, even in current format. Yes, they can just send Aggregator, negate Azrune. But then they have to waste Aggregator. I think it's fine. Or you just use Azrune, negate the X summon. And then they can't negate it. Then they can negate, like, Rabbit, I guess. But, honestly, card to keep an eye out for as we approach Maze of the Master. Azrune Supers. These are under $1 again. Jesus. There's so many here at 77 cents. Granted, this is a lot of listings, so I don't think this will get bought out again, but do keep an eye on this. If you guys were looking for Azarine Supers, they're under $1 now. So now would be a good time to just pick one up to have a copy. OCG announced a Ashened Tistina support card. I don't know why the hell they managed to put them both together into the same card for a searcher. It seems the wording is just really convoluted and cluttered. I don't like that idea. They should have just gave them each one support card. However, Ashened has seen buyouts on the higher end. We have the Priestesses, $40 minimum. Awakening, $17 minimum. But then we get into Vados, which I do not have pulled up. Vados quarter centuries are $50. Up to 60, up to 80. Quickly on up. The Vados Fusion, I forgot this card even existed. About $30, $35 lowest near mint verified. Low listings though. Vados Secrets are sitting 20, 22. A lot of listings here at the $22 mark. That's pretty good. This card is just really insane. I love Vados. I'm anticipating the reprint in the tins. I'm pretty excited for it. On the Tistina end, yeah, this core is still dog shit cheap. Just get the regular secrets. I guess if you want to gamble on the quarter centuries, you can. It's like $10 to $15 a piece. You're not going to lose a ton of money if they do crash. But even the regular core, just pick up 3 of everything. You're going to spend like $5. It's not bad at all. Just always pick up cheap cores when you see them. Chaos Hunter has been seeing more side play, specifically from against the Malice matchup. People are citing in 3 Lancia, 3 Chaos Hunter just to try to see more potential outs. These quarter centuries are sitting like $10, $12 a piece. These were as low as 5s, I think. Yeah, 4 or 5. Also Phantasme for the matchup against Malice. These quarter centuries have seen a small bump up. These are sitting 17, 18 up to 20, getting lower on listings every day. 20 listings here. Crimson Dragon. This is one of those cards that we have to keep an eye out for come Blue Eyes support. So quarter century Crimson is 1 listing at 160 and then it's 200. If you guys are in the market for one, pick up this 160. That's not awful at all. 7 listings though on this. 7 listings. So that is something to keep in mind. OG Secrets. A couple here at the $16, $17 mark. And then the reprint Secrets are around that same price. So you're not going to get one of these for less than 16-ish. And then the Sneak Peek Ultras, these are about $20 and then quickly on up. Very low listings. Stardust Cipher Divine Dragon, this is around $15 for both prints. They're both Ultras. This is used in Blue Eyes. It's just a super powerful boss monster that they can get out through Crimson Dragon. Blue Eyes Tyrant, you play 2 of this, typically in the Blue Eyes builds. These are still very cheap, so go ahead and pick up some of these Prismatic Secrets for $1 or $2. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate, this is the other preferred fusion for the deck. Secrets are like $20. Ultras are like 5 to 10. And then the golds, these aren't like awful golds, but they are golds nonetheless, are sitting like 7-ish. These are all pretty low on listings, and the only printings of this card are through the Dark Side of Dimensions packs, the gold, ultra, and secrets. So this is very likely to get a reprint, but if you do need it in the meantime, it'd be interesting if this is in the structure. I actually don't remember the full structure list. Deception. So we have a lot of Azamina and White Forest support, and a bunch of stuff got announced for Alliance Insight also. So Deception shot up. They were 70-ish, and now they're over $100 again. 11 listings on the QCR. And the secret shot way up too. These were $25, $30 a piece, and now lowest verified $45. So that's like pretty decent jump. These were selling for 50s here not too long ago. Dominus Purge. This is a card that you need to keep an eye out for with blue eyes. Quarter Century is sitting 15 listings, lowest verified 140. Whereas the secrets were as low as like 15s. Even lower, closer to release, Jesus. Lowest verified is $38, $40. $40 a piece on purges. If you guys missed this, rest in peace. Hope it is in Stampede because it is a meta-relevant card. They're reprinting Full Loss, so really anything's possible. Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. So, I really love what they're doing with this Max Metalmorph archetype. I like seeing all of these old vanillas being retrained into like these metal versions. The new Flame Swordsman that's coming out in Supreme Darkness, big fan. But Full Metal is your Omni. These were like $2 at one point, but they're 8 to 10s now if you want to pick up the Ultras. As for the Quarter Centuries, these have done nothing but go up, 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 up. These are $90 lowest verified. $90 a piece, 14 listings. Another card that has not slowed down, even since getting the Prismatic out of the tins, is Chaos Angel. So Chaos Angel ultis, these are sitting around $50, whereas the OG secrets are $35, and then the reprint secrets are $32, $33. Just get ultis, or get OG secrets. This is the one that's going to tank the most if this ends up in Stampede, which, guess what? It doesn't have a Quarter Century. It is a viable candidate, so do keep that in mind. Same with Typhon. Typhon, they announced that they will reprint cards that have existing Quarter Centuries, but they'll just leave the Quarter Century printing out, so they'll reprint it in the other 6 rarities. Typhon is another prime example of a perfect candidate for this product. Quarter Century Typhons are sitting 185 lowest verified. This will be your safer version, however this will fall when it gets, 6 more printings into the market. But the Quarter Century will not be reprinted, they already have confirmed that. Zeus, again, this has a lot of prints, but this is a prime candidate for Stampede main set. Why? It has an existing Quarter Century, and every print of the card is $10+. Even this 2-player starter set, Ultra, is $10. That's like that's like the whole product basically. Is just you buy it for Zeus. The secrets are like 12s. Even OG secrets are like 15s. These ultis, I've been watching these for a little while, and they're like $20. I'm super tempted just to pick up one to have because I like this ulti. The Xyz ultis looked really cool. And that looks like it's wrapping it up. So let's get in talking about what's been going on, man. So, Omaha, went down there, I dropped round 7. It was 8 rounds. I lost my round 6. Lost round 2 and 3. Won round 1 against Voiceless. Round 2 was this Dragoon, Necro Valley, lose 1 turn, Luna Kaiju stun. Miserable damn match. Round 3 was Labyrinth. Round 4 was Fiend Pile with Lab, Fiendsmith, and some other archetypes that I can't remember at the moment. Round 5 was Rescue Ace. Shout out the homie. Him and I had a pretty good talk after the game. Round 6 was Fiendsmith Ryziel. I just drew really unlucky. He went first. I had 2 Heart of the Blue Eyes, and he had Dweller up, and I had no other way to get to Onk, so I just FF'd. Then game 2, I drew 5 non-engine. Just like the typical unlucky. And then round 7, I played just for fun because I still had some extra time. It was against Memento, and I did not draw Shifter once, and I did not side DDG. I just didn't have it inside for this event. And going into game 2, would have been perfect to thrust into it because I had 3 thrusts in opening hand. Or was it 3 thrust first game? I can't remember. It was 3 thrust one of the games, but it was just miserable, dude. Shortly after Omaha, I ended up getting sick. Just like typical cold symptoms, but the cold symptoms lasted. Omaha was like mid-January, so it lasted up in like around Christmas-ish. I think Omaha was the 10th or something. It was about 2 weeks with cold symptoms. And then I had like this really awful cough. I had thigh soreness, like insane muscle aches in my thighs especially. And it wasn't until after we got back home from spending a week with my girlfriend's family for Christmas that we picked up some COVID and flu tests, the 3-in-1s. We picked those up, brought them home because she was sick at the time too, had the same muscle aches and everything. She tested positive for COVID, I tested negative on the at-home test. So we went to urgent care the next day because we were like, oh, well, I probably have COVID too. And sure enough, we both had COVID, but we also had strep. Yeah, talk about a wombo combo. Just miserable time. So we got home, what was it, the Sunday night after Christmas? And we got a Z-Pack prescription, kind of just chilled for that whole week. I think it was that same night we got diagnosed is when we lost our taste and smell, and that was gone for me it was like 4 days. Kind of the same duration for the muscle aches too. One of the days I slept like 20 hours, and when I finally woke up at, I think it was 5 p.m., my girlfriend was telling me that I was delirious. I had 103 fever at one point. She was calling both of our parents to be like, hey, what the hell do I do? He has 103 fever. He keeps saying he's cold and he needs more blankets, and he wanted the heat higher, but he's sweating, and like, I don't remember any of this. And they're like, just put some ice packs on him, try to get the fever down. If it comes down, you don't need to call the ambulance, but if you can't get it down, call the ambulance, take him in. So shout out for having the best girlfriend taking care of me when I didn't even know something was wrong. Yeah, so we had COVID and strep, and then that next Monday is when I started my new schedule at work. I think I mentioned it in a past video that they got rid of overnights at my job. I worked 7 years on overnights as a custodian, and then they just decided, hey, we're gonna get rid of it. So now, while I was sick with the cold-like symptoms through that first part of December, we had to either search for a new job or try to find another vehicle, because at the time we only had one vehicle that we had just bought in September. So that was fun stress to be put under during the holidays, and I had 2 weeks to figure it out because I was out the last 2 weeks of December for annual leave. Yeah, we did figure it out. We did get a second vehicle courtesy of Caitlin's grandma. She wasn't really driving it since COVID, so she just kind of signed it over to Caitlin. We brought it home, start of the new year, like that weekend after we had COVID. We had to take it in for, because the heat wasn't working. When we drove it back home from Rapid City, It was like a 7-hour drive, but it was 50 degrees the whole time, so we weren't running the heat. But when it got colder, a few days later, the heater wasn't working. We also found out outside a wall that I overheated on the interstate, checked the coolant reservoir, and it was bone dry, so I'm like, okay, well, let's go buy coolant. And it was fine the whole way home. But then the repair shop found that the water pump was leaking, so that had to be replaced, and there was something else. It was like $400 to $500 for the water pump, plus a like couple hoses that need to be replaced, and then we paid what, like $150 for taxes on the signing over the registration for the car. And then we had to buy some other stuff for the car, so we ended up spending like $800 in total on the car, but it's running smoothly. Nice little commute vehicle. So we got that settled. I'm working my new shift. I'm working like afternoons-ish, afternoon to evening. It's not my thing. I don't really like it, but I am on a more normal schedule now, which makes recording videos a little harder because I used to do them right in the morning after work. But now I get home and it is like 10 o'clock and I'm like, oh, I could record, but here lately it's been just so much other stuff going on, man. So hopefully these videos can be a little more consistent. We'll try to get the Stampede prediction video out here soon. Yeah, I'm still working on that in the background. I have done no like YouTube or Market Watch stuff in the last month. But I do want to get back into it. I've missed it. I just did my first Whatnot show of the year. If you guys don't know, we've been trying to raise funds on Whatnot for an engagement ring for my partner. But we had to drain the savings to pay for repairs on the new car, so we will be restarting from scratch. So any help there would be appreciated. So yeah, just go down, click the Whatnot link. You guys will get a $15 credit if you guys are new to the platform, and you guys can use that anywhere on the site. Otherwise, just follow me on Whatnot, and just you'll get a notification whenever I go live. It's probably the best way to keep up with that. So I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been yapping for about 45 minutes. That's about the length of the video that I wanted to be. So hope you guys have a good day. Take care, stay safe. Drink some water, don't get sick. A lot of shit been going around. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care.